Hello friends, a very warm welcome to all of you. I am your host Girish Kulkarni and I welcome you to today's discussion related to various transitional provisions under UAE VAT law. The Article 80 of Federal Decree Law and Article 70 of the Executive Regulations of VAT deal with the transitional provisions and VAT implications regarding that. When we say transitional provisions, it is evident from the name itself that a part of the transaction is taking place under the pre-VAT regime and part of it is being undertaken under the post-tax regime. So what is the tax treatment on that particular aspect, whether VAT is chargeable or not chargeable, and if yes, how much, is the question under today's discussion. So we'll go step by step. When we consider a transaction of sale of goods, that is supply of goods or services, provision of services, then there are three basic elements. One is payment of consideration, which may be post-transaction, which may be in advance. Then actual supply of goods or supply of services, that is the actual activity which is being taken place. In case of goods, maybe the delivery or possession of the goods. In case of service, maybe the provision of service. So that particular area. And thirdly, maybe the tax invoice or completion of contract, which is the base of that particular transaction. So out of these three elements, if either A, invoice, that is the contract, or B, the actual performance, that is delivery of goods or provision of service, is taking place post VAT implementation date, that is 1st January 2018, then tax will be liable to be charged on that portion of the transaction which is happening in the post-tax regime. What will happen, whether the consideration which is decided in advance will be treated as inclusive of VAT or exclusive of VAT. So for that also there is certain guidance which has been given in executive regulation, which says if the supplier a supplier has to consider two things. Condition number one, whether the recipient is a registrant, he has registered himself, and B, second, whether the recipient is in a position to claim the VAT charged on the goods and services. If the answer to both is yes, then the original transaction will be treated as exclusive of VAT and additional VAT will be charged by the supplier. If there is no information which is available on records, or there is no communication from the supplier side, then probably it may be treated as inclusive of tax. But in any case, the supplier has to pay VAT on that particular transaction. When we say it is treated as exclusive, there is further a procedure, means that exclusive nature will be only treated if, again, two conditions are satisfied. Condition number one, the supplier informs the recipient well in advance as to confirm the fact whether he is registered under the VAT law, and secondly, whether he is capable of claiming the input tax credit as a recoverable tax in case of goods or services provided. And if yes, then if that is confirmed, then only it will be treated as exclusive and additional VAT will be charged. Otherwise, that cannot be done. It will be treated as inclusive. The recipient of the goods and services who receives such request from supplier has to respond to the supplier within a period of 20 days with the facts which are available with him. Probably right now, if we see under VAT UAE, there are not many TRN numbers which are generated. Probably that is in the process. The Federal Tax Authority is under the process of processing the applications which are done. So but by 31st of December it will be done and the tax registrations number will be issued. So meanwhile, the recipients can confirm with the fact that to the supplier that they are under the process of registration and it will be done, and hence they are in a position to claim the VAT which will be charged after 1st January. So that was all about the transitional provisions. Thank you friends for patiently watching this video. If you really like this video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel to get latest updates on various indirect taxes, including UAE VAT law and GST India. Take care. Thank you so much. Bye bye.